Based on what we've been able to observe, trauma and toxic stress have a detrimental impact on our students and our schools. And as educators, we must remain informed about best practice to support these students. The CDC produced an excellent visual via their Veto Violence initiative to break down the groundbreaking study done on ACEs and their impact in people's lives and in communities. Some of the results revealed that people who've experienced multiple ACEs or adverse childhood experiences received a shortened life expectancy of up to 20 years less than the average person, an increase in harmful habits such as smoking, excessive alcohol use, and other risky behaviors like drug abuse. An article from NPR revealed how stress impacts brain function. Our constant state of stress keeps our amygdala in hyperdrive, inhibiting our ability to respond in healthy ways should we experience additional trauma, and sometimes even causes us to overreact by the normal definition when we do experience something that's slightly irritating or frustrating. As an educator, we know that this happens to our students all the time. When they feel overwhelmed in class, something that we as teachers are think, hey, that's no big deal, to that student might actually be a big deal because their brain is constantly in this heightened state of stress. We also know that students in low-income households and underserved communities are simply more likely to be re-traumatized based on all the factors society has stacked against them. But as the CDC also reveals, we do not adequately address these traumas. This will have a detrimental impact on our society economically as well, from things like healthcare, even to welfare needs. People who have experienced severe trauma are not always able to carry themselves the way that society deems as necessary and can sometimes lead to additional misunderstandings and more harm towards individuals. To bring it locally to my region, in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City area, the United Way of Eastern Iowa reported that on a 2016 report, 56% of adults report at least one ACE, and 14.5% have experienced 4 or more ACEs in just Eastern Iowa alone, signifying a significant level of childhood stress. Additionally, 1 in 4 Iowans have experienced emotional abuse and experienced substance abuse in their childhood home. So I don't know about you, but before I moved to Iowa, my perceptions on Iowa were, oh, it's a farming community, things are great, things are fine. And I think this is important to reveal that regardless of the community, regardless of the person, however, what we perceive about them, trauma can still influence them. Adverse experiences can influence them, as a lot of this data reveals, in urban to rural areas. As educators, it is imperative that we design with trauma in mind and offer a mindful and empathetic approach in our classrooms. Further, we must consider how this affects people across all races, and be able to identify risk factors in our own students. There is hope, however. High quality childcare, parenting classes, mental health, substance abuse counseling, and teaching trauma-informed practices to people like teachers, healthcare professionals, police, and others who work closely with communities and families is the start to making a difference. And I think courses like this and opportunities like this allow us to investigate those things and to make a lasting impact on the community, especially in our students.